Good morning, guys. It's about 7:30 in the morning here. I've been up since about 5:30 in the morning after having gone to bed at about 2 because Ellis, after his midnight bottle, decided he did not want to go to sleep, and then at 5:30 decided he couldn't breathe well enough to sleep, so he woke back up and wanted to stay up. So I feel just absolutely wonderful. I'm gonna go back to bed for a couple hours. And it's later, and I've gotten next to nothing accomplished, and that's alright. I did take a little bit of time and actually messed around with the iPhone a bit more. I had no idea you could hook directly up to a Mac and do a screen capture from the device using just a lightning cable. That is ridiculous. With an Android device, usually you have to have like an MHL adapter and then an HDMI cable, an HDMI capture device, and blah, 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 blah. I think you may be able to actually capture the screen using just a USB cable if you have the Android SDK. I've never tried that, so there's probably a way to do it I'm just not aware of, but this was so super simple. I was kind of blown away. But as a bit of an example, I literally just plugged the phone in over Lightning, and I'm now capturing it on QuickTime Player. So I can hit play now. And we're going to resume play on the game that I was playing. I just started this earlier on a whim. There's a resume. And now I'm playing NBA Jam. I'm not very good at it, but there we go. That's awesome. And the fact that I didn't have to install anything additional, it's just included. I'm a big fan. And I'm ridiculously excited because USPS just showed up with a box. First box has the Phantom 3 battery, so now I can fly for longer than 25 minutes. So if something goes wrong with one battery, I got a spare. And of course, very exciting, Star Wars The Force Awakens on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. Hooray! I know there's also an Ultra HD 4K Blu-ray something coming out that's a little bit more expensive. Realistically, I just wanted the digital HD copy, and this was $20, I think. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay, now that was really, really impressive, and probably the reason why I may end up going with the 64 gig iPhone. I just took a few minutes, literally a few minutes, and walked around the house, you know, in relatively not great lighting. I mean, you can see the lighting in here. I've got the window lighting coming in. That's all I've got in here. I walked into the living room where it's reasonably dim at the moment. I mean, using this camcorder, you can see it's doing okay. It's not like dark in here, but it's you know, it's kind of dim. Walked to the kitchen, walked outside, just in, out, and around. This thing killed it, at least from what I saw on the screen. And I'm exporting. I edited the entire thing using iMovie, and I even tested it using the Rode VideoMic Me, and it worked. It sounded good. Again, only hearing it on the phone, only editing on the phone. So I'm going to upload it to YouTube, see how it looks and how it sounds, and maybe make it a public video. Maybe sometime today. And now, probably not today. I got another video going live in about an hour, so maybe tomorrow. So I've hit upon a stumbling block. Not a stumbling block with related to work stuff. So I'm taking time to think about that. But you may have remembered a couple of months back, I was doing a lot of time lapses. That was when I first started watching Casey Neistat, and I wanted to do time lapses of my own. And as I was doing the time lapses, I was like, well, I also want them to move. So I bought this weird little egg timer thing that I could put a phone in, and it would spin while it did the time lapse. That was super cool. However, it was terrible. It broke on like day 2 or maybe day 1. So I ended up sending it back, luckily. So I started looking around on Amazon again just to see what they have out there, because I've started doing the time lapses again, and I would kind of like to have something a little bit nicer, maybe something motorized. So looking around out there, you can see they've got this little motorized one. It's called the Black Bolt O Bolt, and it's $40. It can go either way. You can see left and right, and it's got a time-lapse, normal, and fast speeds. It has a built-in lithium-ion battery. It charges over USB, and that looks like a pretty decent option, just not hugely configurable. You can go left, right, slow, fast, and ultra-slow for time-lapses. Then there's something like this, the Movo, and you can see on it, there's tons and tons of buttons and features. You can set it for how many degrees you want it to move and what time you want it to move in, so you could do 15 degrees in 60 minutes, which is ultra-slow, or 360 degrees, a full circle, in 5 minutes, and have it go really fast around. Well, sort of fast. You can also tell it to start and stop, the duration change, the rotation, power it on, but it doesn't charge over USB. It uses an AC adapter, but it also can support a much heavier camera. The Black Bolt can only take up to 300 grams, which is under a pound, I think. The Movo can do up to 3.5 pounds, but it's $99.95. And so I guess with that, I'm just gonna have to sort of make the decision as to 1, how configurable and how strong I want it to be, and 2, how much I want to invest in something that I'm not actually earning money from. I could technically make a video about the Movo or any other one that's in that price range, because I think there are a few others out there in a similar price range. I'm gonna have to think about that. I definitely don't want another one that's just an egg timer on a stick. I want something that's motorized because, yeah, maybe a bit more smooth. I don't have to crank it up and everything. The problem I've read about with the Movo one is that if you stop it in the middle, you have to actually go back and reset it manually. And you know, you probably have to do that with the Black Bolt one too. So I really don't know. So it's either $40 or $100. One's not terribly robust, but will get the job done. One's extremely robust and would take even my main camera. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. I'll keep thinking about it. I don't have to order it right now. It is another beautiful day out here and I haven't been able to spend any time out in it. But it's time to go get Duncan from daycare, and then Christine and I are gonna be taking Ellis to the doctor. Well, he has seen the doctor. The doctor checked everything out. Said he looks like he may have a little sinus infection. He also had a big old poop for the doctor, which was loads of fun. You're gonna get some medicine, get to feeling better, so we can all sleep at night. Hopefully. For dinner, we're gonna try something a little different, which I must say, smells amazing.
Look at the desserts. S'mores cake.
Okay, this looks really tasty. You got some barbecue and baby. Even Duncan got something that looks pretty good. You gonna eat that? You want me to eat it all? Nom, 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 nom.
No.
Ah, very bright out here. That was ridiculously tasty. Any restaurant that uses the word aioli, you know it's gotta have something good in there. And we've made it home, and he's having a bottle.
Not really.
And
He's just
smiling.
He's just has the bottle in his mouth and he's grinning. See?
Just ready to smile. Just in such a good mood now. Yeah.
So I'm having a talking bottle.
That's okay. As long as it gets eaten.
Well, right now it's not.
Star Wars showed up today.
Ooh.
Didn't you watch it with us, Duncan?
I watched it.
You watched it? We're gonna watch it again?
We saw it at the movies. It was good.
Yeah. We gotta stop smiling and start eating. The doctor said he may have a little sinus infection, so they gave us some antibiotics. Hopefully we can get rid of all this snotty grossness. Start sleeping again.
If it's not cleared up a little bit in a week, we're supposed to go back.
Yeah. Got Ellis in his little stroller here.
I do dragons love tacos. Maybe it's the smell of the sizzling pan. Maybe it's the crunch of the crispy tortillas. Maybe it's a secret.
Freeze on the camera.
But wait, as much as dragons love tacos, they hate spicy salsa even more. They hate spicy green salsa and spicy red salsa. They hate spicy chunky salsa and spicy smooth salsa.
And it is high time to go for another run. However, I did go ahead and switch back to the Galaxy S7 for this just because I already had my Bluetooth earbuds hooked up to it and it's just all the apps and everything ready to go. So let's go. 1 mile, 11 minutes instead of 11:40. That's progress. By the way, I've gotten asked a bunch of times for tips about running. The biggest thing for me is to have a breathing pattern while you're running. So I try to breathe in for a multiple of 2, out for a multiple of 2. Always on the right foot so you don't get cramps. So in for 2 or 4 or 6 or 8. Out for that amount, whatever. Tired. 21 and a half minutes, 2 miles, 10, 20 something per mile. So my second mile has been much faster, but I'm dying. 5K, just under 33 minutes. It's an improvement. 2 minutes shaved off. Feeling terrible, and I'm not home yet. 3.4 miles total, about 35 or a little over 35 minutes. I need a shower. I feel human again, exhausted but human. And we're already well over 10 minutes into the video, and I completely forgot to do the SSSVEDA for today, so let's go ahead and do that. Day 6, how do you use your talent every day? Whenever I go into any job interview, one of the first things that ends up coming up is that I'm not a specialist. I am what you call a jack of all trades, meaning I do a ridiculous amount of different things. So for my day job, I'm a programmer. So that's something that I have a bit of talent in, and that's how I use it every day. I go into work, I come up with new innovative ways to solve problems for the company I work for. I make videos. That's not really a talent. That's something that I've just hammered away at for the last 6.5 years. And other than that, really the main talent that I would say that I have is just music. And I don't use that at all, unfortunately. I've been playing music since I was 4 or 5 years old, started playing the piano, actually taking lessons at age 5, and I played the piano for 12 years straight. I mean, we've actually got a piano over there in the corner, if you can see it, over there under a pile of things, because I just haven't been playing it. I did musical theater in high school and a little bit in college. I've been in choirs. I just don't have any reason to do music at this point. The funny thing is, this channel that you're on, the Twill Plays channel, the first 2 videos on this channel were actually music videos. Yeah, those videos got thousands of views apiece, but I ended up having to make them all unlisted, just copyright reasons and whatnot. I didn't actually get any flags or strikes or anything, but before I joined the MCN, the multi-channel network that I'm a part of, they said those need to be private because we don't want to monetize them. We don't want to get any sort of flags or strikes on your channel. I said, okay, no problem. So yeah, music is something I would kind of really like to be doing, but I don't really have the time to devote to it. I don't have the patience. I don't have, like I said, I've got the instrument, I've got the piano, I've got actually a guitar and a soprano saxophone. Just do not have the time for it anymore, unfortunately. And that actually wraps up the SSSVEDA for today, in my opinion. It's already 11:15 p.m. Christina's in bed, Duncan's in bed, Ellis is in the bassinet beside me, asleep. He's going to be having a bottle here in just a few minutes, actually anytime he's ready for it. And then I'm going to try to get him to bed, and I'm going to try to get myself to bed. Hopefully he will actually sleep decently well tonight, because I know I definitely need it. But that's going to be all for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for spending the day with me and the family. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.